Okay. Alright, so just because I'm that kind of friend, I'm going to show you how I go through Battlescribe. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the app. Oh, come on. There it is. Get that out of the way for now. Okay, so we're going to go and start a new army. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this orange plus right here. Going to go to the Warhammer 40,000 9th edition system. Alright, then you got all your factions here. Let's just go ahead and do Necrons. And your detachment will matter. You can read the core rulebook on more information about detachments, but in most likely situations, you're either going to be using a battalion detachment or a patrol detachment. So for your first game, we're likely going to play a patrol detachment, which, again, if you look through the rulebook, you see that there are different battle sizes. There is a patrol battle size, and all that uses is a single patrol detachment. So we're going to start a patrol detachment. And then I'm just going to go ahead and give it a name, because I think I already have something else named New Roster, so test. And then, of course, you can also put in limits to help you. So I'll just put in a 500-point limit to have it remind me if I go over that points limit. And then you just click your check mark. Creates the roster. And then once you get all this stuff and once you get started, go up here to this with the roster errors and see what you need to fix first. Okay, so as you see, we need to have a selection of battle size. Selection of battle size, a warlord, one or more selections of troops, because that is the minimum that you need for patrol, is both this selection of troops and selection of HQ, and you have to choose a dynastic code. So we're going to go in and do some of that, and I'll show you how to do it. So first of all, up in here in configuration, you will find the battle size, thing. So we'll go ahead and tap that. Hit our check mark, and now you see battle size out there. It's already set to combat patrol, so we're good there. Now let's move down to here. Let's give ourselves an HQ. So you want to go to the HQ slot here, and we're going to hit that. And let's just say, okay, so you have the Indomitus box. Let's say you have an Indomitus Overlord. So you select the Overlord, it'll show you how many you will have, and then you hit the check mark again. And now, if you notice, the Overlord has an orange square next to it. Anything with an orange square next to it is stuff that can be customized. Like there are customizable war gear or abilities or whatever you can take on your model. So, we're going to take this, we're going to click on it. And really the main option we have here is whether to make it a warlord or not, because it already has, as you can see, the gray spots. It is required to have its hyperphase glaive and its tachyon arrow. So we're going to check the box for warlord, and it brings up two more things. It gives us our option for a warlord trait and our options for artifacts of the eons, which is your relics. So let's just go ahead and just give this guy a random relic, something that sounds cool. The Nightmare Shroud sounds badass, so we'll give him the Nightmare Shroud. Also, interesting thing that you'll need to note, after you select something and hit the check mark, once you go back out to something, you can actually hold, and you get this bar up here. If you hit the eye icon, it'll take you in and give you the stats of that thing selected. So in this case, it shows you what the Nightmare Shroud does. And then all you got to do to go back is just hit your back arrow, and you're back in. Now, Warlord trait, we do the same thing. Hit the radio button here, and let's give it, again, I don't know what any of these Necron things do. You'll have to read through them yourself. So, Eternal Madness sounds neat. So we'll give them Eternal Madness, which we can, again, long press, get this menu, and then click on this to see it. And you can reroll failed wound rolls for your Warlord in the fight phase if you charged. Ooh, that's not bad. It's actually not a bad Warlord trait. Anyway, so we go back. Then we go back again. And we are finished with statting out this model. Now, something I forgot, it asked us to pick a dynasty choice. So I'm going to do that. So a dynastic code, I will go with Sawtech because that's really the only dynasty that I'm aware of. Now, to kind of show you other things that can happen, because this stuff nests in kind of an interesting way. Like, you can get, if you select one option that has more options, you can just keep going down and keep going deeper. Let me show you an example. Say you wanted to do a custom dynasty, which Pariah gave Necrons the ability to do that. So we'll go into custom, and then after you go into custom, you will, after clicking on the radio button, you will click, click the check mark. And then, now that it's out like this, it has this custom dynastic code thing. And then you get to choose one of these custom dynastic codes. So, let's actually go with Awakened by Murder. Sounds neat. And again, you can always check it by long pressing and hitting the I. Rerolled failed hit rolls from the fight phase for units of this code of they chart. So, it kind of seems I am inadvertently creating a very melee-heavy Necron list. So anyway, we go back out, and then let's put in a troops choice to make the little orange exclamation point up there happy. So troops choice, let's do Necron Warriors from Indomitus, hit the check mark. Again, orange, we have options we can pick from, and we can go over here, and normally it starts you out with a minimum of 10 of the Necron Warriors with the Gauss Flayers. So let's say we want to do something and just give one of our guys a Gauss Reaper. I don't really know what that does, but again, like I said before, you can long press on certain things, and you'll kind of get a feel for what you can long press on and what you can't, and view just the individual part of the model, or individual part of the unit. So in this case, it shows the stats for the dudes with the Gauss Flayers. I can go back, do the same thing with the guys with Gauss Reapers. So, that being said, we go back out. So now you notice in our main menu, you can add more troops of any type that you want, and just kind of experiment with how you want to put them out until your list reaches that magic number of 500. Now, I mean, naturally, list building is going to get to the point where, you're actually going to make real tactical decisions about what you're going to put on the battlefield and whatnot, and learning how to build an army just comes with time. Best thing I can do is recommend YouTube videos and watch folks that know how to build and know the factions pretty well. Anyway, just a couple more things. As you notice, the orange exclamation point is gone and is instead replaced by one of those eyes. Now, when you click on this eye, it gives you an overview of your whole army. Just the entire army, and that is typically what you are going to use as your army list when you play, is this right here. And once you're done looking at that, all you got to do is just go out, you go out again, and boom, you have made a list. Now, something else that you may want to do is sometimes you may want to share your army list. So let's say you want to share your army list, you just hit the share icon, whatever the share icon is for your particular operating system. It looks like you're using iOS. I could be wrong. But what you'll do is you'll hit the share icon, and it gives you different ways you can share. Typically, in chats, we use the chat text. So we do something along the lines of copy the chat text, and then once it's copied, we can go and paste it into any chat and just show people generally what we are using. But yeah, that is some of the basics for Battlescribe. If you have any questions, just let me know, alright?